So Christian, I welcome on the podcast. Thanks for taking the time.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, excited because we went to high school together, and I think we've kind of watched each other's journey through social media and kind of followed that. But you obviously big into videography. That's kind of I'm curious to hear how you got your start in that, because I think a lot of people, there's so much content and media put out on social media, on YouTube, everywhere. That's kind of just become a major, can be a major career, but also just a major place where people connect. And so I'm curious, how did you get started in videography? But then also, you've gone from kind of personal vlogging and videos to where you've worked for some people, as you mentioned, kind of behind the scenes on podcasts or vlogs. And then now you work at quite a large company. So I'm curious about that journey. How'd you get started in videography?
Yeah, man, it actually goes back to, high school, like when we were, hanging around the same people.
Yeah.
I got really into drones, actually.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember that from high school. Like I saved up. I was working at Discount Tire through high school, and I saved up enough money to like buy a DJI drone.
Okay.
Like, it was like one of the first ones they came out with, like the first foldable Mavic Pro.
Yeah.
And it had a 4K camera on it. And at the time, like iPhones and things didn't have 4K cameras on them yet. So like to me, this was like an insane camera on this freaking drone.
Right.
And yeah, I just like, I had so much fun just like flying it, taking little videos. Like I'd drive out to the woods with like my friends like Sam and stuff, and fly this drone, just be like, oh, look at the trees, they look so good, and it was just like videos like that. We would just film us on like the side of a cliff up in Payson, and I just got obsessed with like the cinematic look of it, to the point where it was like, okay, I don't even want to fly this thing anymore. I want to like actually make videos with it. So I would literally use the drone handheld. Like I would keep it folded just because it had such a good camera on it, and the gimbal like made it stable.
Yeah.
So like we'd go on like trips, like camping trips and things like that, and I would just like film holding the drone, and we'd be running around, and the gimbal would keep it steady, and I'd be filming like little travel videos and post them on YouTube. But yeah, man, it started with that, and then it was like I at the time didn't think of it being a career. It was just like for fun.
Sure.
And then I went to college for computer science, so completely unrelated to videography, and then went to NAU, did 3 years there, and then it was just like COVID hit and everything kind of fell apart. I was hating the whole online, doing school online thing. I was like, this is so dumb, especially because like in the computer science program I was in, we were just like learning like the oldest programming languages, and I was like, bro, I'm never gonna use these. Like, what are we doing here? So I like just started learning programming on my own on the side, and I was like, I'm going to college for no reason. And at the time I was still having more fun with like making videos. And so I was like, started dating a girl in college, and then we both had this like passion for traveling, and we were obsessed with watching other YouTubers travel vlogs. And like specifically, there's like a channel, Kara and Nate. They're pretty big now. And then a guy named Los LeBlanc. And I was like, we were both just like really feeling like the itch to just like, man, we could do this. Like, I know video. We're like pretty cool people. I think we could be cool on camera. So we were just like feeling this itch. And then the Los LeBlanc YouTuber, he posted a video that was like this like super cinematic, like just make the jump type of video, you know, like motivating people to like just
get into it.
And it was like at that perfect timing where I was like already on the verge. And yeah, I literally like right after watching that video, we like looked at each other. We're like, let's do it. And yeah, I got on Amazon, bought a camera, like an actual camera, not my drone.
Not your drone?
Yeah. Bought an actual like Sony camera, like microphone, everything for it. And I was like, okay, we got the vlog set up. I put in my my like withdrawal notice to NAU, and just went all in on it. And we went and bought a van. So
there you go.
If we decided to do the like van life thing. Because this was like right after COVID, so like all the other countries were still pretty shut down. But the U.S. was like starting to open up, so we were like, okay, we can do the travel, like van life until other countries open up, and then we can start going international.
Right.
So we did that for a little bit, bought like a van that was way too small. Like normally when people want to do the van life, they'll get like a Sprinter van.
Right.
We got a minivan.
Okay.
Yeah. And so we got a minivan and I built like a bed platform in it.
Yeah.
And like it was literally just plywood and a few wooden planks, and so the entire thing was literally just a bed.
Yeah.
But there was like a little bit of space underneath where we could put buckets, and so
stuff.
all of our food and grill and like clothes and everything were underneath the bed. And traveled around in that thing for 3 or 4 months.
Okay.
Just living in that. Had a Planet Fitness membership, so that's where we would shower.
All right. Yeah.
We were just straight bumming it, bro. Like like showers maybe once a week. Just sleeping in this little crusty bed in the back of a minivan. Sleeping anywhere we could find a place to park.
Yeah.
Which is like surprisingly harder than you would think.
Yeah.
So many nights we'd be sleeping and someone would come pounding on our window like, you can't sleep in this parking lot. And I'm like, who are we harming?
Yeah. What are we violating by being here?
I promise we're not homeless. Like we're just having fun. But and then we did that for a few months, and it escalated to like other countries opened up and traveled international, sold the van, made a profit on it, which was actually kind of cool. Like we bought this van for like $11,000. Like it was a pretty nice van, even though it was a minivan, but it was like newer, reliable.
It's a plush minivan.
It was pretty plush. Yeah. And then with like I sold it like with the bed and everything in it, like converted.
Yeah.
And some lady really wanted it and she really liked it, and so I think I sold it to her like 15.
Okay, there we go.
I like made a $4,000 profit on this thing, and it's like all I did was take all the seats out and build a bed in the back of it. And
arguably in worse condition.
Yeah, you would think so. I gave her the seats with it. Like that. I was like, if you want to put them back in, you can. Here they are. But
the question is, did you wash the bed at all, or did you just give it to her crusty?
I mean, I washed the sheets.
There you go. There you go.
So, but yeah, sold the van, and then like used that money to like travel as long as we could internationally. Dude, we were just really banking on this YouTube working out. Did not have much money to be spending on all this travel that we were doing. So yeah, we planned on just bumming it in Europe too. Yeah. So the goal was to get to like Southeast Asia and like travel around those areas because it's so cheap, like Bali and all those places, but they're still shut down from COVID. So we're like, all right, we got to start in Europe because Europe's opening up. Flew to Austria, and then the Omicron variant hit. You remember that?
Yeah,
like
kind of that in between or whatever.
Of COVID.
Yeah.
So even though everything was like opening up, then that hit, and while we were in Austria, then everything there started shutting down again, and we were like, oh, here we go again.
Yeah.
So we were literally in Austria for like 1 week, and then we had to like flee to a different country because we were gonna get stuck there.
Right.
Because everything was shutting down. Went to Croatia, chilled in Croatia for like a month, made videos there, which was actually super cool because I was a big Game of Thrones fan. Like I had just watched it during COVID, and like most of it was filmed in like these different towns in Croatia, and we visited like the film sites. Dude, it was pretty sick.
That's cool.
But yeah, and then we weren't vaccinated, so we
probably for the best
to leave Croatia. Yeah, I didn't want to get vaccinated, but to leave Croatia, like we were literally, they locked us in the country and we couldn't leave unless we got vaccinated.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, and so had to get the first shot, and then we had to stay in Croatia for another 2 weeks after that to wait to get the second shot, and then they finally like let us
let you go. Jeez.
Yeah. And the only place that was open in Europe, because the Omicron was just like getting worse and worse, was Turkey. So went to Turkey, spent a month there. It was cool, a little bit sketchy, but it was fun.
Yeah.
And then we kind of hit our limit with Turkey. We were there a month, and we were like, this isn't where we want to be. Like, we're kind of like running out of video ideas to even film there.
What's in Turkey? Not much, or?
Mosques. A lot of mosques, bro. Like, we went to every mosque we could find and like made a video in it, and we were like, it's just like, they're cool, but it's like, it's not the most interesting video. It's just really, really, really pretty buildings.
Yeah.
It's not like, the most interesting thing. The coolest thing was like the food there. Like, they just have like pretty unique foods, like lamb intestines, like in like a burrito type of thing. Like, that was pretty cool. So like one of our videos, it was like one of our last videos on that YouTube channel, popped off. It was a food tour of Turkey.
Okay.
It got like 300,000 views.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it took our channel from this whole time we were traveling. This was like probably almost a year in like at this point that we were traveling, and we were under 1,000 subscribers the whole time. So we were like really just banking on this thing growing, and it was not working. So it was like really stressful. This is kind of like where a lot of the relationship issues started, was like with how stressful it was. And then
was it just because like financially just trying to figure out how are we going to provide and survive and make it and travel?
Yeah, it was financial because we were completely living off of my money.
Right.
So that was a little tough. And also the videos just take so long. Like we would film one day and I'd be in like the Airbnb for like 4 days editing it.
Right.
And I'm doing all the work, and so she kind of just like has to sit there,
Right.
And like we're like too worried for her to like go out and explore on her own because Turkey's not the safest country. And so it's like she just has to sit there for 4 days while I edit a video, and then finally we get a day of fun filming, and then boom, another 4 days of editing. So it was a grind.
That's a tough setup. Yeah.
But where was I? So yeah, we kind of hit a point where we were like, all right, nothing's opening up. Omicron variant still like had everything shut down. So we were like, okay, let's go home and kind of recoup, wait for things to open up again. Maybe then we can go to Southeast Asia once it opens up.
Right.
So went home, and the relationship just like kind of got worse at that point. We kind of both got into like a little bit of a depression because we felt like we failed this YouTube thing.
Yeah.
And ended up going our separate ways. And it's funny, after we broke up, that's when that YouTube video popped off and got 300,000 views. Yeah. Our channel grew from like probably 600 subscribers to like 4,000 subscribers. And then we got monetized. I started getting like checks from YouTube for that. And I was like, well, now we're not a couples vlogging channel, travel vlogging channel anymore. So I don't really know what to do at this point.
Yeah. That's funny.
So that's kind of like it's kind of the full story of the travel vlogging there. But yeah, and then after that, it was like we were broken up. I was like, okay, I gotta either go back and do the travel thing on my own, or I gained this new passion for videography through that. And I was like, I can try and make a career out of it. See what happens, because I already dropped out of school. So, what else do I have to lose?
Right.
And so I just like, I would hit up like local coffee shops and like different shops around me and be like, hey, I'll make you a video for free. Like if you just like let me, come in and film you guys. Right. I promise it'll be a cool video. You can put it on your social media. Yeah. All that stuff. And got a few gigs out of that I did for free. I was living like with my mom at the time, so it's like I didn't have any rent or anything to pay. Sure. So I was down to just grind and film for free. Yeah. So yeah, I did a few videos there, and then started like looking for like full-time videography jobs. Yeah. And applied a bunch of places, and then one of the places I applied to was a jewelry company called Olive Ave Jewelry. Mm-hmm. And yeah, applied there. They really liked my stuff. Like it's so weird applying for a job like that when it's like you don't have really a resume. Right. It's just a portfolio. It's like, here's some videos I did for these random companies that have nothing to do with jewelry. Also, here's my YouTube channel with 40 vlogs where you can, I guess, see my skills and my personality. Yeah. And, they like that. So they like hit me up, and they were like, yeah, come in and like we'll do a little case study. You can film a little video for us and see how it goes. And yeah, went through that process, got hired. I was super hyped. I was like, wow, I literally just got a full-time videography job from making travel videos. That's crazy. And yeah, I used that job opportunity like to the max, bro. Yeah. Like they're I love Olive Ave Jewelry. The manager, the CEO, everyone there is like amazing. I don't know, have you ever heard that company?
No, I don't think so. What's their thing?
So they sell jewelry online. It's an e-commerce jewelry company. Okay. They're pretty big on Instagram, but they're like LDS owned. So, and they're in Mesa.
In Mesa?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I've seen their stuff. I just
Yeah.
Don't recognize the name.
I actually ended up getting my fiance's ring from them.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, so the hookup there too.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, but they're an awesome company, and I worked there for like about a year and a half. But I really just tried to get as much experience as I possibly could there.
Sure.
So luckily they were super willing to invest in their content, in their content team.
Right.
So even though I came in as like a videographer, I was their first videographer. At the time, they only had like graphic designers.
I see.
And so I came in and kind of became videographer, photographer for them. But then I almost like became way more than that. And they were just like down to like buy like whatever camera I wanted.
Okay. Yeah.
And whatever like studio lights I wanted. And so I was just like geeking out, researching everything I can, buying them. And then we would like every shoot would just like escalate in production value, you know? So, towards the end of like my year and a half there, it's like our shoots were like full on film sets. And it was pretty cool to go from like that solo videographer with like literally just a camera and a microphone to like now I'm like directing like full film crews.
Sure.
And so yeah.
What type of content were you making? Just jewelry?
It was like
promos or
big like social media campaigns. So they would do like jewelry drops where they would have like 5 new rings, and so like we would come up with the concept. A lot of the times it's like you can only get so creative with like wedding ring ideas. It's like most of the time it's like some kind of just cool proposal or whatever. But we would fly to like different states and do shoots. Like we like flew to Seattle. Shot a couple on like a ferry in Seattle, and then we did a shoot in like South Carolina. This one was cool. We were in like a swamp in South Carolina, so I had like the full camera crew. We were all on like individual little rowboats. And then the couple was on a boat, so it looked like almost like The Notebook.
Oh yeah.
So that one.
Sammy, see if you can find that. Where would he look that up? I want to see this.
You can look at their Instagram, like Olive Ave Jewelry. You'll probably have to scroll a little bit because that was
a while ago,
2 years ago at this point. And then our shoots just kept escalating. So then we got like a deal with the winners. Well, he was the bachelor, and then the girl that won it. So like his wife. We did like a collab with her.
That's cool.
And started a collection with her. And so that was a really cool shoot. We like rented this mansion in Paradise Valley. And, like filmed this like beautiful story of the two of them, like what this collection means to her and stuff. And same thing. We had like this big film crew, and it was awesome. So
were you kind of the backbone of obviously running and directing videography, but were you also kind of leading the march on here's the campaign idea and the content idea and the storyline and all that as well?
In the beginning, no, but as it escalated, like in the beginning, I was literally just doing what they would ask. They were like, "We have this idea.
Sure.
Can you make it happen?" It was like, "Yeah." And then towards the end, it's like they started like bringing me into those bigger marketing meetings where it's like, "Okay, what's the idea?" I get to like pitch an idea to them, and and then it was like up to me to like storyboard it out.
That's cool.
And things like that. So, is it gonna show up on this screen or on his own?
Can't find it on Instagram, or. Yeah, when he finds it, he'll throw it up there and we can look at it.
It's Olive Ave, like Avenue Jewelry. But it gave me like so much experience on like working with different cameras, how to work with models, how to like direct a team of people, all of that. So I just like really like squeezed as much juice as I could out of that job. And then, that's when I was scrolling on social media and saw Steve Cook, someone who I had been watching since I was like 15.
Right,
he was like one of the biggest inspirations for me to even like get into fitness. Posted on a story, and he was like, "Hey, looking for a videographer, must be local to St. George, Utah. Like swipe up on the story if you're interested." And I wasn't living in St. George at the time, but I was like so down to move.
Yeah.
You know, I was single, like just kind of doing my own thing. I was like, I'm down for whatever, man.
Yeah.
And it seemed like a cool opportunity. I was like, I had already been watching like his videos over the years, and it's like
right.
his old videographer like literally like traveled the world with him, and like it looked like such a cool experience. So I was like, dude, I'm down.
Yeah.
Even though my job right now is like really good, that's like, it's like something new.
Yeah.
You know, you kind of hit a point where it's like, okay, I'm kind of like getting bored of jewelry a little bit.
Yeah.
Like it's not really my niche. Like even though I was working for this jewelry company, like I was still so into fitness, and
right.
like that's kind of what I was really passionate about. So it was really cool to like that I saw like a lane where I could get into the fitness space.
Tap into a new network.
Yeah, get out of the whole jewelry, girly type stuff that I wasn't super passionate about. So yeah, I swiped up on his story, and they like hit me up, said, "Hey, send a resume. We'll check it out." And I was gonna send a resume, and then do you remember McKay Thomason?
Yes. Yeah.
Dude, freaking love that guy. He is like one of the most genuine human beings ever. But he also saw that story, and he was like, bro, did you see Steve Cook's story? Because we both used to love Steve. Like that was something we bonded about. We would watch Steve Cook's videos together. Like,
yeah, he was like one of the first kind of big fitness influencers.
YouTubers. Yeah. And back when I was like, I don't know, 17 or something, like my 17th birthday, McKay got me like one of his shirts, like a piece of Steve Cook merch.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, like we go way back on like our bond with like loving Steve Cook's videos. And so he sent me Steve's story. He was like, bro, did you see this? And I was like, yeah, like I think I'm going to apply. And he was like, dude, don't just apply. Everyone's just going to apply. He was like, you got to make them a video. You got to like, he was like, make it tonight. And at this point it was like already like 8 p.m.
Right.
It was like a Tuesday. I had work the next morning. He was like, make the video tonight, send it to them. They're going to be shocked by how fast they got this video back from you. They're going to see how creative you are, like all this. And I was like, dude, I don't know. I don't have time for that. Like, I got to go to bed. I got to go to the gym in the morning and then go to work. And he was like, dude, this is your future. And I was like, oh, all right. All right.
Got me. Yeah.
So I like texted my manager. I was like, hey, I'm not feeling good. Like, I'm not going to be able to make it in tomorrow. And dude, I pulled an all-nighter. I set up my camera in my bedroom, had like my computer behind me, and was like, just filmed a video. Like, hey, Steve, what's going on, man? Like, my name's Christian. Like, just a little resume video. And I overlaid like B-roll of like all the work that I've done for this jewelry company.
Yeah.
And like a little bit of like my vlogging and stuff. And yeah, I finished the video. So like 8 p.m., yeah, McKay was like, dude, go to a coffee shop, get a coffee, pull an all-nighter, get it done.
That sounds like McKay.
Honestly, McKay changed my life, bro. Like, so I did that. I literally went to a coffee shop, got a coffee, and just grinded all night. Finished the video like 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Sent it to Steve, and didn't hear back for 2 months.
Yeah.
And I was pretty like, I was a little heartbroken about it. You know, I was like,
sure.
Dang, I just grinded out that video. Like, it was so good, in my opinion. I really thought they would like it. Yeah, I just didn't hear anything back. And then I saw that they hired another videographer in that time. And I was like, dang, I missed it.
Yeah.
That's all right. Just continued on working my job. And then they hit me back up. And they're like, hey, by the way, didn't out with the last guy. You were runner-up. You wanna like come out to St. George and try this thing out?
Dang.
And I was like, I'm down. So like literally like 2 days later, like they booked my flight. I flew to St. George, and they wanted to like try me out as a videographer for a weekend.
Okay.
And so yeah, I went, filmed a quick video with Steve. I was like freaking starstruck, bro. He picked me up from the airport, and I was like, whoa, that's cool, dude.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy. At that point, I had never really like spent any time with like any big influencers or anything.
Right.
So it's like they were like, it's like a celebrity to me.
Yeah.
You know, I was like so nervous, like getting in his truck. I was like, hi, I'm Christian. But yeah, I had a great weekend with them. We got along really well. Had a ton of fun filming. Like flew back home. 2 days later, I had a YouTube video edited, ready to go, posted on his YouTube channel. And then after that, like, actually it was while I was there, they just like, you know, they loved me, and they offered me the job right there on the spot.
Oh, that's cool.
And we were just like kind of discussing like on my last night there, like what it would look like me moving out,
sure,
all that. So yeah, I moved out there, packed up a U-Haul, moved everything to St. George. moved into his house.
Okay.
So that was kind of crazy. I was like, this dude was like a crazy celebrity to me 2 days ago, and now I'm going to be moving into his freaking
I know
house.
your roomies.
Yeah.
What is that like? Because I was going to ask about with Steve Cook and that whole experience. So you're living at his house, and I guess what does that entail? Are you filming everything? Does he kind of have a schedule that he was working off of, or how does that play out?
That was one of the biggest issues with the job and why I didn't last too long. I only worked with Steve for probably, I think it was like 6 months.
Okay.
Was he took a long break from YouTube.
Yeah.
And hiring, like the reason he was hiring for a videographer was to kind of get that spark again and like start creating YouTube content again. And so yeah, when I started, it was kind of like he didn't really have like that drive to create content. So there was like no schedule or anything. And like honestly, it was also on me. Like I think I could have stepped up more and like created a schedule and like pushed more to like film. But a lot of times it was like we just randomly have a quick idea and it's like, oh, let's go film that today, and then make a YouTube video. But yeah, it was super unstructured.
Yeah.
And like it was pretty exhausting because it was like I felt like I didn't have a life outside of it.
Right.
Because we were filming all the time. But even though we were filming all the time, it didn't always mean that we were going to use that footage for a YouTube video because it might not be interesting enough. So it was like I was kind of always with him filming. You know, I was upstairs in his house, so I'd come downstairs at 4 a.m. like ready to like go for a run, and we'd go film this run, and then it's like, oh, we didn't actually have a concept for that video, so let's not even use that footage. So it was just, yeah, it was messy. It was crazy going from having these like structured campaign videos with this jewelry company and like working like these big production sets, and then going back to like just being a run and gun videographer. Like I couldn't get out of the mindset of like, no, we need to like storyboard this out and like really plan it out. And it just like when I would do that, it just wouldn't work out. Like we would never actually follow that script or follow, you know, the structure of that video, and it would just be turn into a vlog.
Was he also dating, well, his now wife, right? Was he dating his wife at the time, or was she in Australia, or what was the?
At this point, they're already married, and she was living there. So I was living with the both of them.
Okay.
Yeah. And actually, I started out as a videographer for both of them. So I was doing content for both.
Yeah.
And it hit a point where I was like, I had to talk to them and be like, okay, this is like too much. Like for how much I'm getting paid, I can't be making full-time content for both of you guys. Like just one of you guys is a full-time job, and you guys are wanting me to work double. So we worked things out where I was able to keep my same pay, and then like I was able to do less of her stuff, more just like her short form social media stuff.
Yeah.
I was like fully Steve's videographer.
Gotcha.
And then we did that for a little while, and yeah, it was a really cool experience. We traveled a lot, which was really cool. I traveled around Europe with them for like, it was like 1 full month where we were just gone and we were just traveling in Europe. And we went to like, in that month we hit like 5 or 6 different countries, which was really cool. Morgan, his wife, was doing like a handstand, I don't know what you call it, like
challenge
tour
or something. Oh, tour. Okay.
Yeah, where she had like in each of these cities she would like host an event and like have all these girls come in and like learn how to do handstands and stuff, and it was really cool. It was really successful. Like each class had like 50 girls. Like it was pretty crazy. So yeah, I just traveled around with them and filmed those and created content out of those. But yeah, and then eventually I hit a point where I just didn't see the job progressing any further. It was just not what I expected out of my career. You know, I was hoping it would kind of turn into me becoming like basically like a creative director for his businesses. He at the time he has his gym, but then he has his app, his training app, and then they have a clothing brand. It's like a swimsuit brand. Oh yeah, there we go.
Was this the? Oh, just hit okay there. Sorry, Sammy, you gotta do it from a long ways away on the screen. Do you want to just grab the top and throw it all the way up to the top of the screen, or hit the expand button? Yeah, that works too.
Yeah, there you go. This is all my stuff. So yeah, that's the swamp there.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
So that's some of the photos we got.
Sam, do you want to expand the whole screen? Just hit the big expand button right there. Yeah, yes, sir. Okay, there we go. I'm not sure that made it better to see.
Yeah, I think it made it small. Why did they make the comments so huge?
Yeah. Let's see. I want to see one of the videos if we can.
Yeah, here's one that I did. This was just in a studio setting. Yeah, this is like an old school type vibe.
That's cool. So very jewelry focused. That makes sense.
Like very girly aesthetic.
Yeah.
Like you probably wouldn't even guess a man filmed this.
Wow, Christian, I didn't know you had this in you.
Dude, honestly, I owe it all to my sisters. I got 4 sisters, bro. If it wasn't for them, I would have never got this jewelry job probably.
You're calling them up mid-shoot. Okay, I need some advice on.
Dude, you know how hard it is to be a straight man and having to like direct female models?
Oh, I bet.
It's like,
yeah, walk us through that.
Dude, it's like, yeah, slay queen. Like, it's so weird, bro.
They're looking for a hype man, and you're like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's like I've done shoots with like gay guys, and they're just so good at like hyping up these women, bro.
Yeah.
Slay queen, like they're so good, and they get the women's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, they're loosening up.
But it's like when you're a straight man and you're in like a you know, I was like in a freaking Carhartt short shirt, like I had like cowboy boots on, and I'm like, yeah, go off. Like, like it doesn't quite hit the same. It was a little tough. Like, and if I like, where do I draw the line of like complimenting them where it's like not creepy?
Right.
And
right.
I don't know. I overthought it probably way too much, but
yeah, they probably think you're good looking too, so then they're nervous and they're going,
yeah. Yeah, dude, it was an interesting experience.
So you just had to slip into the gay voice occasionally and just loosen them up a little bit.
Yeah. My feminine side would come out a little bit, you know. I just think about like hanging out with my sisters.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, Sammy, what was that show you all the girls are into now? You were just watching it. Summer I Turned Pretty.
Oh,
there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sammy was what were you guys were? It was like you, Kel, and then Jules. You talking? I haven't seen it. Like, she keeps on trying to get me to watch it and stuff, and I was like making dinner and not paying attention while she's watching it. Yeah. And then Sammy pulls up and he's like, "Oh, did you guys see the latest episode?" And starts like going off on.
Dude, that's me with like The Bachelor. Like I love watching like The Bachelor and those like dating shows, like Love Island and stuff, bro. I love those, and so that like helps a lot with like being able to like relate to these girls.
Yes. So. Yeah. Kind of get in touch with their what they like to watch.
Yeah.
So with Steve, when you were obviously working with him, it sounded like it was a cool experience, but he was kind of winding down, it seemed like, too, because he was married and I'm sure starting a family, all that type of stuff. So was it just kind of phase of life for him? Because at one point he was posting YouTube quite regular, and then was he just...
I mean, yeah, back when I watched him, he was doing the whole, like, world tour,
right?
Like, going to all these expos, doing the bodybuilding shows, everything. So it was like, his life was very fast-paced, like, and, you know, he was just living that, like, YouTuber life that you would imagine. Yeah. And then, by the time I became his videographer, it was very slow. Like, even though we had that big month where we were in Europe and on that tour, besides that 1 month, we were home.
Right.
And it was like, God, what do we film?
Yeah.
And let's just film another gym video in your gym, and let's do a push day workout. Let's do a pull day workout.
Right. Was that tough for him too, trying to figure out what to do? Yeah.
And I think at that point he'd already been doing it for 10 to 15 years. I don't know how long he was doing it. Yeah. So he's kind of burnt out of it. He's like, damn, I don't want to make another push-pull video.
Right.
But then it's like, at this point, YouTube has evolved to be like the, you know, Mr. Beastification, where it's like, you got to be doing like challenges, like crazy challenges. And it's like, he didn't want to be doing that, you know? Like,
right.
He's like, yeah, I don't want to make that my brand.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I just like hit a point where I was like, I don't really know what to do for you here.
Yeah.
So yeah, it just kind of fizzled out.
Do you feel like on that point with YouTube now, because I've just with the podcast I do and trying to keep up with it because it's ever changing, right? There's always new things coming out, and obviously TikTok coming out. That was what, I think right after we graduated, whatever, TikTok kind of started to pop off and come out. That obviously changed the landscape of social media and everything for quite a bit. But with YouTube, do you feel like, especially like at Steve Cook's level, I could see where unless you're going to go the Mr. Beast style and do challenges and all these things, you know, how do you grow your channel? But do you feel like for smaller creators or anything like that, that there's a market where like the just authentic, just putting the content out there is working? Because I've just been looking at it. It seems like there might be that might be making a comeback. But
yeah, honestly, I've been seeing like so many people. Like there's like one guy that like just like films himself in like the wilderness, hour-long video or something, and those videos pop off. So it's like really hard to say. And then you have like the guys like Sam Sulek, and Sam Sulek was actually blowing up at the time that I was working for Steve, and so like Steve would like kind of bring him to me and be like, "Bro, why don't we just do what Sam Sulek is doing?" And I'm like, honestly, I don't know how it's working for him, bro.
Right.
But yeah, it's so hard to say because I think it just depends on the audience. You know, if you make that your niche, like Sam Sulek started out like that and was able to build a following of people that just love watching him just like in the background of them making dinner or something, you know.
Him in his car, just
driving down the road. Yeah. And so like with Steve, it's like he built that audience of people that loved watching him travel and go to expos and do collabs with influencers and stuff. So now when he hits a point where he's burnt out of traveling and doesn't really care to collab with influencers, you know, that's what his audience has grown to like. And so, you know, that's
it's like, what's that next realistic step?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So it's tough. I think you definitely need to evolve. Like, not that he needed to keep doing that, but I think over time he should have evolved his YouTube channel into something else that's kind of more trendy right now. But yeah, someone that I love on YouTube who's like just crushing it is Will Tennyson. Do you watch Will Tennyson?
Yeah, he's funny.
That dude is crushing it, and that's like I feel like where like the kind of the fitness influencer space is right now is like those challenges and making it entertaining but also educational. I like to say edutainment. Like that's crushing right now.
Yeah. People want to get value out of the content they're watching, but still be locked in at some level.
Yeah. But then, like you said, like you still have those like unicorns like Sam Sulek and those guys that can literally just set up their phone and walk around a grocery store and get millions of views. Like, content's weird, bro.
Yeah, it's like hard to say because you watch other people and you don't want to necessarily copy them, right? And you hear that a lot with people getting frustrated when you're copying a style or whatever. But it's hard to really know what's gonna connect with people because you do see where you get like the Mr. Beast or a certain style where it's super produced and, you know, obviously now he's obviously making tons of money off it, so he has the money to spend towards it. But then you get like Sam Sulek where just driving in his car, puts the camera up and it's nothing. So so I don't know. It's hard to really pick or find a trend necessarily that's gonna work for one individual over another.
Yeah, I think Sam Sulek, he just found that audience that just really resonates with him. He's just like a soft-spoken dude who's like low-key pretty funny. Just like chill, and that resonates with a pretty big audience apparently. So
a lot of the gym bros, I think, get into that. What's your opinion on, because obviously you're into bodybuilding, we'll talk about that a little bit more. There's kind of that divide between the science-based lifters. You heard this one where it's like science-based lifters versus just the normal lifters. What's your thoughts on that? How do you feel about it?
I'm a very like logical person, and I lean more towards like the science-based side because I'm like I want to know why it makes sense.
Right.
You know, I think too deep on a lot of things, so I'm like I want to find. I'm the type of person where I need to do all the research. Like if when the new iPhone comes out, I gotta do all the research for like days before I decide to buy it.
Yeah.
Or even like a pair of headphones. Like, I don't know. That's just how I am. So it's like, I'm like that with like even workouts.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not going to do a workout unless I know it's targeting the muscle that I want it to target. And so, I I like the science-based lifting more.
Yeah. Yeah, my brother's the same way. He likes to know like all the intricate details of why it works, why it doesn't work, what's better, what's more optimal.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of people who
just sling weight.
Yeah.
That's another thing is like I don't want to get injured either.
Yeah.
And I dislocated my left shoulder a year and a half ago.
Oh shoot.
And so like after that experience, and like that took me out of the gym for like 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
And I was like, never again am I just gonna do,
Did you do it while
shit.
lifting?
Yeah, I was in the gym. Yeah.
What were you doing?
So I did a heavy push day. So
Okay.
a lot of strain on like my shoulders and my chest area and everything. And then at the end of my workout, decided I was going to go do do abs, and I was going to do a TRX band plank.
Okay.
So it's like you're laying out with like your arms in a TRX band.
Yeah.
And that's like one of the most vulnerable positions you can put your arm in, where like the strain is going back like that.
Right.
At full extension. So yeah, it
Popped
popped
it out.
out.
Oof.
So my shoulder like came forward, tore my labrum. Oof. And dude, it was crazy. I was a mountainside, working out on a mountainside, and it popped out, and my arm was just like stuck like this, and I like walk up to the front desk, and I'm like, hey, I think I just dislocated my shoulder, and I was like trying to keep my cool, like I was so chill. I was like, okay, this sucks, but
yeah,
this just happened. Let's figure this out. And I go to the front desk, and mountainside employees, they're like teenagers, and they just go, oh. Bro, like they're freaking out because like my shoulder is obviously not in place. Like right. I got like it's like popping out, and they start freaking out. So then I start freaking out, bro. I passed out right there, like literally dropped to the ground, and I like woke up, and there's like some girl who was like just happened to be like a nurse or something, and she was like already in scrubs, like she was on her way to work from the gym.
Yeah, and
she was like, I'm gonna take you to urgent care, like we. Hop in my car, and I'm like, I gotta be at work in like 20 minutes. And so yeah, I love telling that story because it's like I was so chill, I was keeping my cool, and then boom, I passed out. Yeah. But yeah, I got it put back in place, dude. The most relieving feeling ever
was when it went in.
I was in like some of the worst pain I've ever felt. For 3 hours, I was waiting in this freaking waiting room at the ER.
They left it out for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So and I couldn't put my arm down, so I had to hold it up for 3 hours in this waiting room, and I like couldn't find a comfortable way of holding it up without this arm going dead.
Right.
By trying to hold it upside, like I was like literally in the waiting room with like my legs up on the chair, like trying to find a way to hold my shoulder up for these 3 hours, and then finally like they just popped it back in place. Instant relief, dude. It was crazy. But yeah, I did physical therapy and stuff for it. But yeah, anyway, I'm like
was it pretty sore after the fact, like, or
yeah. So I'm very, like, worried about injury.
Yeah.
Which is why I like the science-based stuff, because it's like I would way rather take slow eccentric, slow concentric, like, and actually, not just sling weight.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I feel like if you've never had injury, like I blew out a disc in my low back, like when I was 19, so right after graduation, basically, and then I got back surgery like a year later on it and stuff. So ever since that. Like, not that, I think you think about it more, after you've had an injury and you've like had to take time off from the gym and you had to recover. Mm-hmm. When you go back, you're more thoughtful of, okay, is this going to wreck me again, or should I?
You have like a little bit of like PTSD.
Yeah.
Bro, every time I go to bench, I'm like, I don't know if I'm ever going to hit that max bench that I hit before that.
Right.
Ever again, because I'm like, I don't even want to try. I'm so scared that like I'm gonna get to the bottom and it's just gonna pop out again.
Yeah, because like even though it's fixed and healed up, like that's an area in your body that's clearly a weakness, or it's gonna have a little bit of whatever resistance, and so it's just, I don't know, it's not worth the damage,
Joints like that never fully heal.
Right.
Like once you mess it up once, it's messed up for life.
Yeah.
It'll get better, but it's never what it was.
No, yeah, it's always toast. I mean, I guess if you do a bunch of stem cells and some stuff, I know they've got some things that can help,
maybe
but
shoot up some peptides.
Yeah, some peptides and stem cells, but but other than that, I don't know if it. Yeah, I think it's always in the back of your mind though. It's gonna linger a little bit, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
So how'd you get working at Gains? Because that's obviously quite a big supplement brand. They've they push the creatine. I see their ads. I see the creatine ads.
Yeah, bro, we pump those ads.
Yeah.
So after Steve, I made a bunch of connections working for Steve, met a lot of really cool people.
Oh, that's cool.
And after working for him, I moved back to Arizona, started dating my fiance, Bailey, and decided to like start my own video production business.
Yeah.
And at first I was like going to just basically be helping fitness trainers with their like social media content. And so I did that for a little while, and then it somehow like transitioned from fitness trainers to real estate.
Okay.
So then I became like, I just like completely rebranded my business to be a real estate media company.
Was there a reason? Did you meet somebody, or was it just?
One thing about fitness trainers is they like already don't make enough money. So they don't want to
pay anybody
to help them with their social media. So it's like my clients I would only have a client for like maybe 1 or 2 months, and then they're like, okay, this is like, I don't have enough money to pay you. And so there just wasn't enough money in it. And then, I met through some of the trainers. Some of them were, also happened to be doing real estate. So then it was like, I was meeting real estate agents, and then they would start hiring me to come do like home tours and things like that. And then it was like, then I started helping them with their social media.
Okay. Yeah.
And real estate agents got way more money than like money to spend on marketing than personal trainers.
For sure.
And then I was doing that for a little while, and like it was growing. That business was growing, and during that I was kind of hitting a point where I was like, damn, this is like a lot. Like I'm working like 24/7. Like, I mean, that's the grind of starting your own business.
Right.
But I just felt like I didn't know enough about business. And I was like, damn, I feel like I need an opportunity to work for a business, to learn like the intricacies of running a business.
Yeah.
And then try again.
Sure.
And Gaines just happened to hit me up through a connection through Steve Cook.
Yeah.
And they were hiring for a creative director. They saw what I was doing with my business and how I was able to like run that decently successfully. And I just met with them a few times. We really vibed well, hit a workout with them. It was like super cool. I love the guys I work with at Gaines. Then they brought me on as a creative director. At the time it was just me, and like as far as the creative team, it was just me and a videographer. Yeah. And so I came in and like became like his manager. So I would direct him. So it was a very small creative team. Yeah. So, and then at this point, like I've been at Gaines over a year now, and our creative team has grown quite a bit. So now that videographer has become a creative strategist. So he's leveled up, and now we have another videographer and 3 editors. So it's grown a lot, and we're pumping out content now, and it's super cool. And the content of Gaines is like, the production quality has gone up like crazy since back before I started. So the company has grown like crazy, and it's super cool opportunity, man. Yeah.
What's the do you like being in that creative director role more than so like because you've obviously done the solo gigs where you're kind of pumping the content out yourself, editing, all that type. And I don't know if in your role now, if you edit a lot of the content or if you kind of have your team do that, but which do you prefer? Do you like more of the running the team and that side of the business, or do you enjoy the videoing, kind of putting the content together? Now you've done both.
I'm kind of a mix of both. Because now I don't do as much of the editing and the filming. Now I just manage and direct the people that do those things. But I do hit points where I'm like, damn, give me the camera, put the camera in my hand. Like I miss it. Like, and so every once in a while I'll hop in and I'll do some of the filming, and I'll be like, hey, I'll edit this one. Like I'll take this one. It's fun to kind of like, it's like a muscle. You kind of got to keep up with it. Sure. If I don't edit for like months, I'm going to forget how to edit. Right. Like the softwares are progressing so fast. Like I work in DaVinci Resolve, and there's a new update every freaking 2 days in DaVinci Resolve. They're adding all these features. And I'm like, I gotta keep up with it, or else I'm gonna get rusty. So, but I do really enjoy kind of doing the more higher level stuff, which is like coming up with the campaign ideas, working with the marketing department and working on new products, and figuring out the best way to market those.
Right.
And yeah, we have a lot of fun with the campaigns that we shoot and the ads and organic content, everything that we shoot.
Yeah. What's the, tell me a little bit about Gains. Obviously, I've seen some of their ads. I've seen the creatine ads. I've seen that one guy who always attaches weird things to gym equipment, and he's always pulling on it.
Luke Yates.
Yeah. I've seen his stuff.
He literally like just called me. I just ignored his call.
Oh, really? Well, you got a shout out. How about that? There you go. I've seen his stuff, and he's always promoting you guys and things like that. But do you guys do other stuff outside of the creatine, or what's Gains overall?
Yeah, so this is something that I feel very passionate about, and I've been working on. Actually, like, just did a presentation last week to our exec team, like our CEO, CMO, everyone, on my vision for the brand and where I see it progressing. So everyone knows us as the creatine company.
Right.
That's kind of been our hero product, or our golden child has been this creatine. It's what got Gains from, nothing to where it's at now.
Yeah.
But we have so many other amazing products that I love even more than the creatine.
Yeah.
And they just don't get enough love. So like the mission of the brand is we want to be the badass wellness brand. Mm-hmm. You have your badass companies like Ghosts and Raw and those guys that all their products are just filled with so many artificial ingredients,
right?
Dyes, everything. Like actually I had some Ghost pre-workout today before my workout. Yeah, because I wanted to drink. Oh, there you go. Yeah. I wanted to try this new flavor.
Was it the raspberry cream? Is that the one?
No, it was the Sour Strips collab.
Oh, okay. I've seen that one.
Yeah.
Where are they even keeping that? Where'd you get yours?
Online. I just
online.
got
Okay.
On their website, yeah. But it's like the powder.
Oh, the powder.
Yeah,
okay.
Not the can.
Was it good?
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
But, dude, I feel so bloated in the gym with it.
Really?
Yeah, from all the artificial like sweeteners and flavors and everything that they put in it. My body's also just super sensitive right now from prep, but we don't have any of that stuff. So all these wellness brands that don't include all the artificials and keep everything naturally, they're these beautiful, elegant, like pastel color wellness brands.
Right.
Very targeted to like women or like old dudes. And and so like we were like, how do we have those products but like actually make them appealing to the gym community, the run clubs, that crowd of people, like the younger generation that wants that badass brand,
right?
With like a sick mission that they just like follow and like can build like that cult around, that cult following. So that's our mission. And all of our products, no artificial anything. And where was I going with this? What was your question?
I think I was just asking what's Gains beyond the creatine, because I've seen the creatine ads. That's kind of like the golden child of the company. But you were just mentioning kind of what's the overall vision.
Sammy,
can you pull up the Gains website? Because I'm going to ask him what's his favorite products off that. So I'm curious. I've never actually. I've only ever seen the creatine. That's literally all I've ever seen. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So our mission.
He's like trying to find the mouse pad from way back there.
And my goal is to get all of these products in people's hands.
Yeah.
Not become the creatine company, but become the badass wellness brand that we want to become, and that people can rally around. And so, we have our creatine, but then all these other products.
Sammy, can you pull it into the screen a little bit more? I think it just needs to reformat. Should just be able to pull it right up to the top, and it should. Sammy, I promise I will get the screen flipped back around so it's not long ways.
Messing him up, bro.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, okay, so
there's us promoting our creatine, but
because I noticed, I do think I saw one the other day that you guys were promoting about. I've seen this one, the workout candy.
Yeah, dude, workout candy is sick.
Is that one a good one?
Yeah, so that's it has creatine nitric in it. And so it helps a lot with your blood flow and your pumps. And there's like, if you take 3 of them, they're delicious, by the way.
Yeah.
And it's like sweet tarts. So you take 3 of them. It's 90 milligrams of caffeine. Nothing too crazy, just a little caffeine boost. But yeah, the creatine nitrate in it, and the like beetroot powder in it helps a lot with pumps. So you just get like the most insane pumps with it.
Really? Okay.
And it's super cool. We actually had Will Tennyson. He made a video where he tried a bunch of like gimmicky fitness products.
Okay.
And he like bought our product because we have a bold claim on it that says like best pump guaranteed. And so he bought it to like kind of make fun of our claim on there.
Yeah.
And he actually like gave us like the best review.
Really?
On his channel. Yeah. He like took it and he was like, holy shit. Like this is like, he was like, I'm getting like Cialis level pumps here. Yeah. Like it was like so cool. And we literally, after that video, we sold out.
Really?
Yeah. Just from that like 2-minute clip in his YouTube video, we completely sold out of the product. And so that was crazy. That was like really eye-opening for us. Like, okay, we need to kind of pull out of pushing our instantized creatine so much and show more of our other products, because we have some killer products that are just not seeing the light of day.
Right.
And yeah, if you look at the nutrition label on that product, it is literally just, it's like Will Tennyson said, it's like a salad. Like it's all just fruits and vegetables in it. And it's so sick. And then like our protein, I'm lactose intolerant. So like protein has never sat well with me.
Yeah.
Every time I ever take a protein, I feel like terrible after. But ours is like a grass-fed whey protein.
Okay.
And we have digestive enzymes in it.
Oh,
and
wow.
So, yeah.
So it sits way better. Does it work for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm like, I fanboy over it so much because I'm like, finally a protein powder that I can have.
Yeah.
For the longest time, I was doing plant proteins.
Right.
They're just so chalky. And
they don't taste good.
Disgusting. Yeah.
Yeah, they're rough.
So I was like so excited that I found a protein that tastes like a freaking brownie and not plants.
Yeah. My favorite's when you trick yourself into thinking like the plant one tastes good because you've had it so long.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, I love it. This is good.
And then you have one person try it and they're like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, you're like, dude, it's terrible. And then you try the old, like the good ones, and you're going, okay, this one's arguably better. Yeah.
Dude, when I was on prep, because we only have 3 flavors of our protein.
Yeah.
And we don't even have like just like a plain vanilla. And I was
really?
For the recipes I was wanting to make during prep, I needed a vanilla protein powder. So I started like doing a bunch of research, and I could not find a single protein powder that like competes with ours as far as like no artificials, like pre-digested formula, and like as low of calories as ours is. Like a serving of that is 90 calories for 20 grams of protein.
Okay.
Which is really good.
Yeah. Sammy, click on that. Let's see if we can see it probably has the ingredient thing on there.
You might need to scroll to the top because this one looks like it's only like a add to cart. Click protein right there.
That's cool though. I didn't realize that Gaines was so focused on trying to make their products clean. You know, because some a lot of people claim their products are clean and they're tested and all that type of stuff. But then you do see the back of the bag and you're like, geez, there's a lot of stuff in this.
Yeah, it's so cool. Our CEO Braven, he just like, his mission is like so clear, and he's super passionate about keeping the products as clean as possible. So this is our stacked formula. So we even have 5 grams of collagen in it. And then so this digestive enzyme is actually like huge. Like that helps so much with actually like your body digesting it.
Yeah.
Like no stomach ache, no bloating, nothing with this stuff.
That's interesting. I've never seen anybody do that. Like put that in their product.
The only other people I've seen do it is Jocko Fuel.
Okay, yeah.
And I actually bought theirs and tried it. And first of all, their protein powder was 150 calories.
Yeah.
So 60 calories more than this one is. It was like super high in carbs, and then I still got a stomach ache from it.
Yeah.
Because we lay out exactly what digestive enzymes we have in it. We have 5 digestive enzymes in it, and they say digestive enzyme blend on their product, and it's like maybe 1 or 2 enzymes. So it's like it's not enough to process all the things you're putting through your body.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then we got it's sweetened with stevia.
Okay. Yeah.
A lot of people are like super against stevia for some reason. I don't notice.
I don't get that one. Yeah.
But like everyone that I've had try this protein powder is like, this is delicious.
Really?
And I don't even like stevia.
Dang.
So yeah, dude, tastes like a brownie. I love it.
That's awesome.
But yeah, Braven, our CEO, he's like super passionate about it. He comes from like a very healthy household, like his whole life. His dad owns also a supplement like health company, but they sell their supplements directly to doctors.
Okay.
So, and his dad has an insane story of like being paralyzed and able to like heal himself through different herbs and like earthy supplements and things like that. And like he completely healed himself and like won world records for like push-up challenge, like most push-ups in a minute, things like that. So he's like obviously fully healed.
Yeah.
He did it completely naturally with things from the earth.
Dang.
So it's like we don't give enough credit to the things that you can supplement with from the earth. You don't have to make it in a lab.
Yeah. There seems to be, I don't know why this is, but a lot of, and granted, there are a lot of supplements out there that are not good, right? Yeah. They're not well put together, and so maybe that gives supplementation a bad rap. But I do think it's interesting when, and I don't know, you mentioned you listen to a lot of podcasts. You probably hear all about that type of stuff on these podcasts. But people, I don't understand the people who think that supplementation and those type of things are not worth it or bad for you. Like, I don't get that. Because obviously they have a benefit.
Yeah.
But then there's some hardcore people who are like, no, that it's just a waste of money. Don't bother with it. But I mean, I guess it depends on the quality of what you're putting in. But
yeah, I'm like still learning a lot about it, but I'm realizing that there are supplements that are making claims that aren't true.
Sure.
One thing I've been learning about recently is like vitamin C. Most vitamin C supplements you see on the market, you turn it around, it's like, where's the vitamin C coming from? It'll be ascorbic acid, which is like, comes from, I think, corn. Mm-hmm. Corn doesn't have any vitamin C in it.
Right.
So they're somehow pulling this ascorbic acid from like corn or whatever and making vitamin C out of it. It's super weird. I've like done research on it. I'm like, how is this?
Right.
How is this even allowed?
Like, where are they sourcing it from?
Yeah. But like, it doesn't make any sense because we have natural vitamin C in citrus and fruits and all this stuff. And it's like, why not just get the vitamin C from that? Why you got to pull it from, because corn's cheap.
Right.
So they want to make a cheap supplement. They're going to call it a vitamin C supplement. There's no health benefits to it.
Right.
So we have a vitamin C. It's called the real vitamin C. And it's like these little chewable tablets that are freaking, they're delicious. It's like candy. It's like little like Flintstone vitamins. Mm-hmm. And if you look at the nutrition label, it's just a list full of fruits and vegetables. And you're getting more vitamin C from that than you would from, or that you would get from like ascorbic acid.
Yeah.
From the claims, but
yeah, that's so cool.
So yeah, I have a hard time buying supplements too, just because I've gotten so like deep in the weeds on it. Is this actually what it says it is? Right. Especially when it comes to like gummies and things like that. Yeah. So yeah.
I read a study too though. It's like, the gummies are tricky too because sometimes, you're looking at the absorption rate when it comes in a gummy form versus something else. But I was reading somewhere, it was talking about supplements coming through like Amazon versus different shippers, and how a lot of like even the stuff on Amazon, sometimes it's not actually from the primary seller, it's like a reseller selling.
So
you have to be careful about like who you're buying it from and how many of those accounts. I can't remember the numbers, but I thought that was interesting because I just buy it. Like when I bought my supplements, I get it on Amazon, it's fast and sent it to my house. But now I look at it, I'm going, well, I hope that's not just a relabeled. They use they'll use a different company label and slap it on there, and then it's some.
Yeah, Amazon's been cracking down a lot on that.
Yeah,
because there's like been people try to do that with Gains stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and even we've been kicked off of Amazon, and it's like tanked our sales for like a few weeks while we like try to get back on, because Amazon's trying to crack down on those kinds of things. And it's like, no, we promise that's us.
We're the legit Gains. Yeah.
And with supplements especially, they're cracking down on like making sure you have proper testing. So they'll remove like one of our products for like a few weeks while we like go and do like their testing. Like all of our products are tested in like the highest level testing, which is what do you call it? It's a company like out in Europe, Inform Sport.
Okay.
So Inform Sport is like the highest level of testing. Like Olympic athletes can trust this supplement to be what it says it is, because it went through Informed Sport testing. And so ours are, but Amazon doesn't care about Informed Sport. They want it through Eurofins, which is like their own testing. So then we have to go get ours tested through them. And so in that time, it's like our product gets taken off Amazon, we lose sales, things like that. But at least they're cracking down on it. So that's cool. Yeah.
That's annoying that you have to go through a separate one, but I guess it's good if they're trying to at least quality check it at some level.
Yeah.
So you're not buying crappy products off Amazon.
Yeah, exactly.
But
so I was like, respect.
Yeah. I guess it's worth the little extra effort to get it on there. Do you guys move a lot of product through Amazon, or is it 50-50?
A decent amount. We get more on our website.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a decent amount on Amazon.
Yeah, that makes sense. So your bodybuilding prep, right? And we were talking about that because I think originally that's partially when I reached out. It's just you started posting a little bit more about your journey in bodybuilding and getting ready for that.
Yeah.
And then right before you mentioned you had to drop out of your prep because it was kind of affecting just your hormones and a whole bunch of other health things. So curious about what got you in. I know you've always been interested in fitness, it sounds like, even from being a teenager on, and maybe even earlier than that. But it requires something a little extra to want to get into the bodybuilding realm, right?
Yeah.
Like that takes
be a little crazy.
Yeah, you got to have a little more desire than the typical fitness bro, right?
Yeah.
So what got you into that? And maybe it was working with some of these different people or working at a supplement company. I'm sure being around that environment just gets you hyped up to want to do it more. But what got you into bodybuilding, and then maybe walk us through what that journey's looked like and where you're at now?
So I've always been a little intrigued by it.
Sure.
Going back to Steve Cook, I was watching Steve Cook when he was doing all of his competing and everything, and I just always thought it was so cool. I was like, damn, I would love to somehow at some point in my life get my body to that point.
Right.
And yeah, but it was never a huge desire. It was that would be kind of cool kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then I was working for Gaines. When I first started working for Gaines, it was a smaller brand at the time, and we were mostly marketing towards the bodybuilding community. That's kind of where it built its following, and most of its sales was through natural bodybuilding. The Instatize creatine was big in the natural bodybuilding space. And so we went to a few different expos to have our little booth there. And my fiance came with one time. We went to one in Vegas. It was the Natural Olympia. And so we were just working the booth. Well, she just sat at the booth and talked to people, and I was running around with the camera filming this event. And I get back to her at the end of, the day, and she's like, "This is so cool." She was blown away, because she's big into fitness too, but she's never considered bodybuilding or anything. She just likes to work out.
Sure.
And she was so inspired, and so she literally committed that weekend that she wanted to step on stage.
Oh, cool.
Sometime in the next year.
Yeah.
And her coach, through her bodybuilding prep, competed in that show.
Oh, okay.
And so we hung out with her that night, because it's our Gaines CEO's sister.
Okay. Yeah.
So we all hung out as a group in Vegas that night, and she got to chatting with her. Her name's Nevaeh. She was chatting with Nevaeh, and we were all gambling, having fun in Vegas. And then at the end of the night, she's like, "Nevaeh's gonna be my coach. I just committed." And I was like, "Oh, we're doing this. You're doing a show. You got inspired 2 hours ago, and now you have a coach. Okay, let's do this." And at the time, I was like, "There's no freaking way I'm doing one." I was like, "I will support you."
Right.
And I'm not doing that. I have zero desire to step on that stage. And so she started her bulking season.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm just gonna I'm not gonna compete, but I'll do the diet and everything with you. I'll be the supportive boyfriend at the time. I'll be the supportive boyfriend and make it as easy as possible for you. I'll eat the same meals, just different portions, all that.
Yeah.
And so I was basically, doing the prep.
Yeah.
We were hitting the gym together every single day. I was eating all the same meals, everything. And then I was kind of getting inspired by her. all of her posing and all these things she was learning, I was like, dang, this is actually pretty cool. And so I just like started talking to more people like around Gaines, like some of the guys around Gaines have competed before, and just kind of getting more inspired to do it. And then finally I hit a point where I was like, all right, I'm gonna do one.
Gotta lock in. Yeah.
I might as well. I'm already doing most of it. So
that's what happens when you got all these people around you starting to do it.
Dude, you get inspired. Yeah. So, I hired a coach and prepped for about 16 weeks. And the reason that I had to, kind of pull out of it recently was I don't agree with the way that my coach decided to like approach the prep strategy. Yeah. Your coach makes a huge difference
for sure
in prep.
Yeah.
Could completely make or break your bodybuilding journey.
Right.
And
especially your first.
Yeah.
Where you don't know all the details of what you're trying to do.
Your first, you should probably take it a little bit easier because it's the first time your body's ever experienced anything like it.
Right.
And so I'll tell you the strategy that I think my coach should have taken.
Sure.
And I've talked to other coaches like before I committed to pull out of it to like see what their take was on it. Like, is this something that I should continue doing or was it messed up from the start?
Yeah.
Most of them told me it was messed up from the start. Well, actually, they all did.
Yeah.
And they told me the strategy that they would have taken with me. And that is, so at the time I was bulking.
Mm-hmm.
I was eating 3,600 calories a day. I was packing on muscle. And so then when I committed, I'm explaining what I should be doing. So my calories should drop like 100 to 150 calories per week.
Right.
To slowly lose that fat, but keep my hormones and everything in check, keep my digestion and like my metabolism going.
Mm-hmm.
What my coach did was he dropped me overnight from that 3,900 calories to 1,900 calories.
Jeez.
So I was like literally starving at that point. And he kept me there for like, I think it was like 10 weeks. I was at 1,900 calories, just stable at 1,900 calories.
Jeez.
And I lost a ton of weight.
Right.
Especially in the first 6 weeks. I think I lost like 15 pounds in the first 6 weeks.
Gosh.
Which is over, 2 pounds a week?
Right.
Which is not healthy.
No, yeah.
That is like the most insane diet you could do, losing 2 pounds a week. And at the time I was like, oh, dang, this is cool. This is working. Like, I'm losing so much weight. Boom, plateaued.
Mm-hmm.
And, that dropping calories that fast and holding that for so long with like no refeeds or anything, you're just tanking your hormones.
Right.
And your digestion is slowing down so much. And so it caught up to me and I plateaued even though I lost all that weight. And the only way that my coach saw for me to continue losing more weight, because I wasn't stage lean yet.
Right.
I was probably between like 8 to 10% body fat.
Yeah.
At that point.
What was your goal? Like 6?
6, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And so the only thing that he was going to do for me was drop my calories even more, which he did.
Right.
He dropped me down to 1,600 calories.
Jeez.
And so.
And you're like what? 6'1", 6'2"?
I'm 6'4".
6'4", okay.
Yeah. And a
little taller than I gave you. Okay. Yeah. I'll give you a little more credit. 6'4".
Yeah. And I started at 210 pounds. And so at that point when I plateaued, I was like 185. I don't know how much weight that is. 15? That's like 20 pounds.
So what was your peak in bulk? What was it?
210.
210, and you got yeah.
Yeah. So I lost a lot of weight. And then he decided to drop me to 1,600 calories to see if I could lose more fat.
Right.
And at that point, like that's way too low for someone that's 6'4".
Right.
Has all this muscle that we were trying to retain.
Right.
Like my body was eating my muscle away.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a DEXA scan before my prep,
mm-hmm.
and then at that point in my prep, and I had lost a lot of muscle.
Right.
I lost a lot of body fat, but I also lost a lot of muscle.
Yeah.
Which was not the goal. The goal is to lose the body fat and keep as much muscle as you can.
Yeah.
And so I sat at that 1,600 calories. He put me down to 1,600 calories. I did that for about I want to say 3 or 4 weeks. And I just became the worst human. Like, especially working a creative job, I have to be on it and like having these creative ideas and planning campaigns and things like that. And I couldn't stare at my computer for like longer than 5 minutes without like falling asleep. And it was just like maximum brain fog. I didn't want to talk to anyone. Nobody wanted to talk to me. Like, during this prep, we hired the new videographer. And I have to direct this person. I have to manage this person. And it's so hard when it's like, I can't even form thoughts, Yeah. It's like, I was so slow. I'm still slow right now. Like I'm still recovering.
Right. You're doing good.
Thanks,
you're doing
man.
good. Yeah.
You should have seen me last week, dude. Rough.
Different story.
Yeah. But yeah, it is funny because my creative strategist, he would like tell her like, this isn't Christian. Like you don't know the real Christian.
Yeah.
Like you've only worked here a month. Like
give him a few weeks.
Yeah.
He'll be back.
Yeah. He's way cooler, way better than this. And so, yeah, it was just affecting me so much in like every area of my life, being that low in calories for so long.
Mm-hmm.
My relationship, like I had like no patience for my poor fiance. Like, luckily she stuck with me through it. But
has she already competed at this point, or is she okay?
Yeah. So she had her show like a month and a half ago.
Okay.
And her coach did it right, so she had a good experience with hers.
There you
go. My coach did not. And yeah, so the next step that my coach was going to do after that, because even at 1,600 calories, I still was not losing enough weight to like hit the goal of where I would be by the show date.
Right. Well, your metabolism's probably shutting down at this point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so like the next step after that, like he didn't tell me he was going to do it, but he like kind of like low key dropped it in there. Like, we're probably going to drop you like 1,400 calories here soon. And I'm like, 1,400, bro? Which is crazy because I was obviously there for my fiance's entire prep.
Right.
She's half the size of me. So she's pretty tall. She's 5'7". I think, I don't know, 135 pounds, something like that.
Don't get this wrong.
She's 200 pounds. No. But so like she's way smaller than me.
Yeah.
Obviously needs less food than me.
For sure.
Even when she was going into her show, she was at a higher calories than I was 4 weeks out from my show. Which is like not okay.
Right. So you're sitting here going like, okay, clearly something's totally off here.
And I'm like, I'm way more of a monster than you ever were in your prep.
Right.
And like something's not adding up here. I think something got messed up. I'm not losing any more weight. It's been 4 weeks of being at 1,600 calories. I look the same. I weigh the same.
Right.
Nothing's changed. The only thing that changed was I am a zombie now.
Yeah.
And so I was like, there's just no way I can drop down to 1,400 calories. Like I'm literally not going to be alive anymore.
Right.
Like I'm just going to like mentally just be a brick,
Yeah.
And so that's when I started like talking to people like, guys, give me some advice. I don't think I'm doing this right. I even like ChatGPT'd, and ChatGPT was like, you're in survival calories right now. It was like, for your weight and size, like that's minimum for survival. I was like,
right. Great.
Yeah.
Even AI knows.
Yeah. So, I think that I just like tanked my hormones. I'm going to get my blood work done soon, but my testosterone's got to be like
low. Yeah.
Down in the dumps, bro.
Yeah.
It's down there. And so, after talking to people, we just like decided that it would be best for me to pull out now before I do another 4 weeks of these calories. So I actually fired that coach, and then hired a new one, who's one of my buddies that I work with. He does coaching for bodybuilding. And at that point he was like, dude, I think it's like too far gone, but I'm going to try to help you, see if we can get you to the show. So we upped my calories to like 1,750. Didn't want to up me too much because my metabolism's already so slowed down that I would be in a surplus at that point.
Yeah.
And so we upped it to 1,750 and started to gain weight.
Yeah.
Just from that little increase. And so, we were just like, the only way you could lose more weight at this point is like probably to drop your calories even more. And that's not okay.
Right.
So, decided last Sunday to pull out of it.
Dang.
And I made it so close. I got 16 weeks into, it was going to be a 20-week prep.
Right.
And didn't quite make it.
Dang. Are you going to try and do another one later on potentially?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. During prep, at the point when I decided to start my reverse and pull out of prep, I was like, screw this. I have zero desire to do bodybuilding. Like at that point, I didn't even want to step on stage anymore. I didn't have any desire. Whereas in the beginning of my prep, I was so excited.
Yeah.
So I just lost so much motivation and so much desire to even do it. I just got such a salty taste in my mouth towards bodybuilding because of that experience. But now that I've learned that, like, okay, that wasn't a normal experience. I was taken through it the wrong way. And there is a right way to do it. And like hearing from other people who do it the right way, and it's like such an amazing experience for them.
Right.
I'm like, okay, I think I would be down to do it again. So I'm going to take like 8 weeks to reverse. I'm slowly increasing my calories every week to get my body and everything back in check.
Right.
At a normal speed. See if I can get my maintenance back to like 3,000 calories.
Yeah.
And then probably go through like a bulk for a few months. Try and get back that muscle that I lost. Hopefully pack on even more. And then, try it again with the right coach and the right plan.
Yeah. Well, dang, that's unfortunate, but I guess good at the same time, because it would have been probably much worse to hang in there and try to just gut it out on stage. And because at some point too, you start going in bodybuilding, don't you try to water deplete and everything? So you would have just been hating life.
Yeah, and during my like posing practice, posing's huge, by the way, in bodybuilding. It's very difficult, and if you're not a good poser, you're not going to win. You can have like a mid physique, but be amazing at posing, and you can win a show.
Right.
But posing's very difficult, and like if you do like a 30-minute posing session, you're sore after it. Like you don't realize how much it takes to flex those muscles for so long.
Yeah.
But I would be doing posing practice, and just in the practice, still 4 weeks out from the show, I'm like passing out, like doing this posing. And I was like, there is no way that I can handle 4 more weeks of this and be water depleted and everything, fasted, everything, and step on stage and not pass out.
Right.
I'm going to pass out on stage.
Yeah. That might have been, that would have been even worse, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing worse than crashing out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been tough. Jeez.
So it's crazy how much of a difference I feel just in the last week of getting more calories in me.
Yeah.
And my new coach, like he told me, like, just take this week off, don't track anything, like just live life, and then we'll pick up your reverse on the next week. I didn't allow myself to do that because I'm like,
you're like, I want to keep it track.
I was like, if I don't keep some structure, I'm going to go crazy. I'm going to eat everything in sight, and I'm going to gain all that weight back in the worst way possible in 1 week. And so I've still been like just barely eating more than what I was. And even just that little bit, it's like I feel so much better.
Right.
Like I can't imagine if I was sitting here on this podcast right now, still prepping for that show, dude. I probably would have just been like, what? Like, what'd you say?
Right.
The slowest answers, slurring my words. Yeah. So, dude, it's crazy how much food and nutrition plays in your body and everything.
Yeah, I don't think people appreciate the like hydration, nutrition, sleep, like those 3 alone.
Yeah, sleep's huge.
Yeah, just playing a part in your ability to function well. I think a lot of people day in, day out just don't feel good, and then you like ask them about what they're doing, and you're like, okay, well there's your problem right there.
Exactly.
You know,
it's so funny, like going through this and then hanging out with people that are like not into this at all. You know, a lot of people, you see it as crazy being into like bodybuilding and stuff, but then like to us, it's like it's crazy that you guys aren't into this.
Yeah.
So it's like when I went on vacation with like my family, and they're all just like, they don't care about what they're putting in their bodies.
Right.
They're slinging, 10 beers. We went to Mexico, and they're all drinking and everything. And, it's just like, I just have like, now that I'm in it, I can't like not be in it. So like, I don't know how to like explain it, but like I used to be the one that was slinging beers with them. And now I'm like, that's a lot of carbs in one drink, and you just drank 10 of those.
Yeah.
Like, also the alcohol, it's going to slow down your metabolism. Your body's going to want to burn that first. So you just basically halted your entire digestive system. Like, you know, I say these things to them on the vacation, and they're probably like, who the hell invited this guy? You know?
They're like, stop being a buzzkill. Yeah, no, it's hard. Once it's become a bit of a lifestyle where, you know, you're just, you know what you're eating and you're tracking and monitoring, it's tough. But I think a lot of people would feel a lot better if they did, even if it's not to the same extreme as, you know, prepping for a show. You don't have to prep, but just do something.
Yeah, and the extent of the show, it's not unhealthy. It's so funny because I got into fitness to like for longevity and health and like taking the best care of my body, keeping my like biological age as low as possible, things like that.
Right.
And then I go and I do a bodybuilding show, which is like one of the most like unhealthy things you can put your body through.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people think that like bodybuilders and like what they see from like a person when they're stepping on stage is like the peak of health.
Right.
And it's like that is not healthy at all.
Right.
So
yeah, you're not in a sustainable spot if you're on stage at that point. You know, that's meant to be for a brief moment and then get it back up and and then maintain it.
And it's hard because a lot of people like expect that, like they're like, oh, I just wish I could be that fit, and it's like, trust me, you don't.
Yeah,
you are gonna feel terrible. You're gonna have body dysmorphia.
Yeah,
like that's one thing that like people don't talk about enough is like I didn't really feel like I had body dysmorphia, and then going through this bodybuilding thing, it's like now that you know what you need to look on stage, and if you don't look like that, you feel like shit about yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you have a goal that you're trying to reach, and then every day in the mirror, you're hyper analyzing every aspect of your body and trying to, and it's tough because I think people who aren't necessarily in as good of shape, they're kind of like, you know, shut up, you look amazing, you know. But you know, if you've been there and you're looking like, you know, for you or for whoever's looking in the mirror, it's like it's hard because you're hyper analyzing every aspect of what you're trying to reach and the goal, and it gets tough.
Yeah.
And then when you're bulking, you feel fat. When you're like leaning out, you feel small, and it's like it's never quite what you want.
Yeah, I even just this week from eating that little bit extra food, like I've put on a lot of like water weight, which makes me look fuller, and you know, I can't see my abs as much as I could a week ago. And I'm like, have to like mentally tell myself like, this is normal. Yeah. This is more healthy. Yeah. Like you weren't going to look like that forever. But my fiance is excited because she missed my dad bod. Yeah. She's been making me desserts and stuff. And I'm like, okay, you need to slow down. Yeah. I gotta slowly bring my calories back up. And you're like, I will destroy that jar of cookies. Yeah. So you got to keep that out of my face.
Hey, Christian.
Yeah.
Made you a little something.
It's so funny. Bro, I don't think I've ever had like abs in my life, like really defined abs, and that was like one of my main goals going into this bodybuilding thing. Was like, I don't think I'll ever be able to unless I commit to something like a bodybuilding show.
Right.
And you know, I thought that like I would just feel so good about myself, have like max confidence and everything like that, having abs, and it's like not much change. If anything, it's like it made it worse because now I like have less energy and stuff to even like enjoy having them. I can't go out to eat with friends because I got to keep the abs and all that. So it's like I almost like would rather, like I've learned that like I would rather, you know, not have the abs, have a little bit more body fat, and enjoy my life and food and everything like that. So it was a really good experience to be able to like flip that perspective for me and not feel like, oh, I need to have abs.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the what it takes to maintain that, like, and the hard part too is you get on social media and you see all these, you know, you're comparing it to the perfect lighting and all these different setups but in reality it's like, there's
a lot of sacrifice.
Yeah, and you can have a really good physique and still, you know, have a good life too, you know, but it's not gonna be like the necessary as crisp and
you're not gonna be shredded
to the max, but so I'm curious. I know you mentioned that you got some things in the works potentially. You don't want to divulge too much information, which got me even more curious, frankly. But without sharing too much and divulging the whole mystery, do you want to share a little bit on that?
I can. Just trying to think how to like not give too much away.
Yeah.
But it's basically just like an idea I had from from my experience through prep for a new kind of business for like a food company, basically, that no one's doing yet. And I'm pretty excited about because it's a very original idea. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to be grinding on that. I kept telling myself, because I had the idea probably a couple months ago, but it's like bodybuilding, when you're going through prep, it's taking all of your free time. You're in the gym, you're trying to get your steps in, you're doing posing practice every single day.
Right.
Like it is like outside of like my full-time job, I was doing that stuff. And then you still have to get 8 hours of sleep. So it's like, it's just never ending. Yeah. There's no way I could work on anything outside of that. And so I kept telling myself, like, after prep, I'm going to work on this new business. And I mean, the prep ended earlier than I expected. So now it's time to start working. So just working on like the branding for this business. And then basically I'm just going to start out making these recipes and probably showing up at markets, different markets, and selling, see if there's a market for it. I'm pretty sure there is. Yeah. So yeah.
Well, that's exciting. You'll have to keep me updated on that, and then when it launches or releases, or you get kind of an idea of your demographic, we'll have to have you back on. You can tell us a little bit more about it. But
yeah, for sure.
We've been going for about a couple hours, so it's gone fast, but it's been fun. And I do have one last question for you. Usually, I wouldn't say the podcast really has a main demographic, but I try to tailor it to young adults, if anything, trying to kind of find their path and their direction. Just because we're attached to a nonprofit that we kind of do some stuff with. So, but you mentioned you listen to a lot, and it's obvious you listen to a lot of podcasts, a lot of self-help, motivation, all sorts of stuff, and obviously just in talking to you, it sounds like you're someone who tries to listen to what the next step really is supposed to be for your life and go chase it if it comes. And I think a lot of people struggle with that. I think that's something that knowing what you want and chasing after it, that's not always something easy to go do and accomplish and sometimes even figure out. So I guess with everything you've thus far gone through and experienced and tried, what's maybe some advice you'd give people trying to figure it out?
Dude, I think my biggest piece of advice would be to just bet on yourself. There's been a lot of times where, my family wanted me to take a more structured approach with college and everything, and I started to do that.
Sure.
I was never going to be happy doing that, I don't think, with that career that I was going into, and, decided to bet on myself and do something that I enjoyed, which was making videos. And, you can't plan it out too far. Nothing ever goes to plan.
Right.
So, just bet on yourself and just, live in the moment, grind on whatever it is that you just bet on.
Yeah.
And it's going to open up doors and opportunities to the next step and the next step, and you're just going to keep going and going. I never expected when I dropped out of school to do travel vlogging that I would be a creative director for a supplement company.
Right.
That was never in the plan, but I'm super happy that it ended up the way it did.
Right.
Everything happens for a reason. So, just take the risk.
Yeah.
If you're not happy with, whatever society wants you to do, whatever your parents want you to do, go for it.
Yeah.
Take the risk, do what you want to do, because only, you're the only person that can truly make yourself happy. So.
I like that. Yeah, no, I think that's spot on, brother. I like it. I mean, that's exactly what you got to do.
Yep.
So, Christian, I appreciate you coming on and taking the time. It's been a long chat, but a good chat, and it sped right by. I think that's the sign of a good conversation.
I can't believe that was 2 hours.
Yeah.
I hope people actually listen to the whole thing.
No, I'm sure they will, and we'll clip it up and we'll send it out. So, we'll get you back on next time you get your whatever the mystery product is or what you're putting together. We'll get you back on.
Sweet.
Awesome.
Sounds good, man.
Thanks,
Appreciate you.
Thanks, everybody.